Go ahead, King, whenever you ready.
Let's go.
He's like, go ahead.
Oh, shoot. Yo, 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 yo. We're back. We're back. Guys, we are back. Guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KR Culture Radio. Akeem, Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it?
Hey man, taking it one day at a time.
Hey man, feeling good, feeling great as usual. We got some a lot of stuff going on today in the world, especially here in the United States of
Mm-hmm.
America. Can't wait to talk about it. So let's go, let's get it.
Like that, a special prayer go out to, Charlie Kirk, a right conservative, who pretty much was assassinated today in the University of Utah. Our prayers do go out to him and his family. President Trump did announce that he did pass away. So, of course, we're going to talk about that later on the show. That's one of our biggest topics that we're going to talk about. But before we do that, guys, make sure you hit that. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, TikTok, Bingo Live, and also Rumble. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Moving along. Now, we got a lot of things to talk about. One thing we're going to talk about right now, moving along to sports. Jordan, what's going on in the coming aspect of sports news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about over the past couple of days, the NBA the Basketball Hall of Fame has happened, and we saw Carmelo and a few other people guys at the Hall of Fame. But also, what was big, the NBA Redeem Team, the whole team was the 28 Redeem Team that played the Olympics. They got into the National Hall of Fame, and get this, fellas, LeBron James and Chris Paul makes history as the first active NBA players to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. Based on since the team is in there, LeBron James and Chris Paul are still active players and still playing in the NBA, so which is major news. That never happened before. So we do have a clip of the Redeem Team walking past to get their jackets and everything, and this makes very very big history when it comes to LeBron James and Chris Paul. Let's go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip of them walking towards the stage, and after that, we'll chop it up. Yeah, so congratulations to the team that was on the Redeem Team. Shout out to the late great Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony, D Wade. All the fellows who came in at that time in the Olympics to redeem the team and won gold. So I'm gonna pass to you, Ronnie, man. Do you go ahead and talk about do you have any memories about the 28 Redeem Team? And also Chris Paul and LeBron James are still active players to be going to the Hall of Fame.
To be honest with you, I don't have too much remembrance of the Dream Team of 2000 of the 28. But however, I do remember Chris Paul, LeBron James. I don't know, Kevin Durant was also on that team too as well. Like remember it was a Dream Team. They came in there, Steph Curry. So it's good to see that they was pretty much honored at the Basketball Hall of Fame. LeBron James is, like you stated, Jordan. LeBron James and Chris Paul are currently still in the NBA, but for them to be able to receive this award still while being in the NBA is very historical. I think the NBA is trying to switch things up, making things different now. So they're like, hey, you can continue to play, but if we see you a Hall of Fame worthy, we're gonna go ahead and put you in the Hall of Fame. And shout out to them too. For them two been working extremely hard for over 20 years in the NBA. Go right ahead, Akeem.
We just can't deny these guys. This Hall of Fame, especially Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, LeBron. It just makes sense, you know what I mean, to do it now instead of waiting for them to retire. They have put in the work. You know what I mean? They've exception. They've gave us the best years of their life, plays that we've never seen before. This will be an era that can't be duplicated. Congratulations to them boys.
Quick question, Jordan. They didn't put Steph and KD into the Hall of Fame too, right?
No, they wasn't on the team at the time. In 08.
Okay.
They was on the 2012 team. They wasn't on the 08 team.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to this, I definitely remember this team because I remember back in 04, LeBron James, D Wade, come out. They was young. They had Allen Iverson, and that was the first time it was a shock because that team won the bronze medal. And after that, when 08 came, you know, they said, hey, they called LeBron, they called D Wade, Dwight, Jason Kidd, Tayshaun Prince, Kobe, like I said, Kobe, Michael Redd. And they say, hey, you know, let's change this up. Let's change it. Let's make sure the world know that we're the best. When it comes to American players, we're the best in the world. And they created a team, and they did their thing. And just to see, was it 18? Almost 15, 16 years later, and now we're seeing that LeBron James is still in the NBA, and also Chris Paul, he's still in the NBA, and them to get these this prestigious type of establishment of being in the Hall of Fame. This is just wonderful. So, like I said, this right here, I don't think it'll never happen again. When we see active players from the Olympic team back in 08 are being in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, this would never happen again. I can't see it. But yeah, congrats to the Redeem team. Well deserved. There's still conversation about will they beat the original 92 Dream Team with, you know, Jordan, my Magic, Bird, and everything. But that's always going to be a conversation. But yeah, congrats to the Redeem team.
And this is keeping in mind, this is Chris Paul last season with the LA Clippers. He went back home to the LA Clippers where he will be retiring. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Of course, unfortunately, yesterday was not able to go live due to the fact that something came up. But normally we do be live on Tuesday. So, guys, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to the 70 people right now watching us on Bingo Live. Shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok, Rumble, X, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Moving on to money. Money make the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about the job status. So there has been a refis according to the job data of saying when it comes to the reports of early 2025. And it states that, you know, has been, you know, when it comes to jobs, it has been one of the fewest added jobs last week and everything. And it shows how you know, how the job market is definitely weaker. It's getting weaker in every job. I mean, how is it getting, you know, very weak? And how, you know, there's a lot of jobs out there not really posted up so people that can get the jobs and everything. And it's kind of really hurting people, you know, because a lot of people that has been unemployed for like 6 months to the year, and they're still looking for jobs. So we do have the clips. Go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
And we have breaking news. New data shows U.S. employers added far fewer jobs in 2024 and early 2025 than previously thought. The estimate for jobs added from April of last year through March of this year was revised down by more than 900,000 jobs. White House correspondent Karen Travers is here with more on that. So, Karen, what does this say about the economy right now?
Yeah, Diane, it certainly indicates that it was much weaker in the jobs market last year and in that first quarter of this year than what we had previously thought. And there are going to be a lot of questions then about the data, of course, because we've seen this president and the administration question data that has come from the Labor Department. In fact, the president, as when he's fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, used that data from last year as a reason to fire that person. And you know, now this revision, though, is so significant. Our business unit went and crunched the numbers on on this and says this is the biggest revision downward that we've actually ever seen. So questions too about where they go from here. Does this mean that the Federal Reserve will almost certainly lower interest rates when it meets this month? That was what the expectation was after that lower than expected August jobs report. That is, of course, what the president has been pushing for. But I think this also indicates now that the overall job picture is much weaker than what had been expected and what we were thinking going into the election season last year and when President Trump took office, of course, in January.
Karen, most of the time span covered in this report was before President Trump took office, certainly before the bulk of the trade war started. So what does this report mean for him politically?
Yeah, and I think that's what they'll say when they do respond to this. We've asked the White House to comment on this revisions, and we have not gotten a statement yet, but I think they're going to certainly point to that this was only 2 months really, of when the president was in office, and that this is the Biden economy being weaker than what was thought originally and last year. But for the president, he is putting in place tariffs that have a lot of businesses concerned about hiring because of the uncertainty that the president's economic policies have resulted in over the last couple of months, concerns about what the extra cost will be for those businesses that are importing from the countries that have seen stiffer than expected tariffs. And as I mentioned, that August jobs report was a lot lower than what they were thinking it was going to be, and indicating that employers are a little cautious right now and the job market has cooled. So for the president's policies, there will be questions about that going forward. But Diane, I got to say, this administration has always forcefully defended the tariff policy and has not backed down off of that, and says that this is going to be a big thing that will eventually lead to a boom in manufacturing jobs here, another building up of the economy back here in the United States.
All right, Karen Travers, thank you.
Yeah, there you have it. So from learning from this revision when it comes to these jobs the last year or so, what's your take on it, Ronnie?
See, here's the problem I have when it comes to the aspect of the job market. The job market today, they say all these jobs are being added, but yet there's not people applying for these jobs, because those are the jobs. I remember Hakeem said this several months ago. Those are the jobs people don't want to do. Now, the people that did want to do the type of job, majority of them got imported, which was those illegal immigrants. People today don't want to work at McDonald's. People don't want to work at Walgreens or Target. They want to be able to make six figures, which is the American dream. So they're not applying for these jobs. And then now you have, because they say, statistically speaking, they say like a lot of black women currently right now are currently facing unemployment due to the fact what's happening when it comes to the actual the type of federal government job being laid off. So I'm still trying to understand this whole thing when it comes to the revival of the job market and the job that's out there. But statistically speaking, those are the jobs that people don't want to get. So I want to know Hakeem thoughts on this one with the job market.
I seen this coming from a mile away. And to add on to what you say, in a private sector, I think black women account for a large percentage of them. A lot of black women work for the government. You know what I mean? And literally over 300,000 have been laid off or either retired or anything like that. But this just goes back that this wasn't no different than the year before and the year before that and the year before that. It's just that with the new tariffs, the numbers are crunching down, so we're feeling it a little bit more in our pockets. So, you know what I mean? This is why it says we got to buckle down and play and watch to see how the economy goes. You're seeing real life Monopoly playing right in front of you.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Okay. So I'll just say this, how does, job market's looking right now, people that has that job, think about, quitting. Hey, if I was you, I would keep your job wherever you have and see how, when it comes to these job markets and industries, how they switch up in the next year or so and everything. And also the people that that's been unemployed for the last 60 years to a year. I know some people hasn't been working for a long time, still looking for jobs and everything. There's a job that you don't want to pick. You got to pick, because if you don't, like I said, food is still expensive. Gas is everything's still going up, rents still going up, and everything. That's not going to change. you gotta do some stuff you probably don't have to do until you find something that you want to do and everything. So it is funny how the data, I had to revise the data, and it wasn't, when it comes to the job market, it wasn't how it seems and everything. Now we found out this year, when it comes to a lot of people like losing their jobs, and also jobs that may have been added hasn't really been there and everything. It's just very, very real right now. So just like I said, just for people, people that don't have jobs, just keep looking. If you don't, like I said, if you don't want it, there's something you don't want to do it. And I know people that at their jobs might be miserable right now. Just stand put until you can find other jobs right now, because I know some people out here in LA. I remember a few years back, you can find jobs left to right, but now here in the job market here in LA is very, very tight, super tight. So yeah, man, it's just like, people just watch out for the rest of this year, next year, and see what's going to improve until the job market starts to improve.
Yeah, now that, but shout out to a couple of people that's in the building. Shout out to Sean, Sharon that's in the building. Now the other Sharon we know about. Now Sharon said, "I'm a con." Forget it. Shout out to Kevin that's also in the building. He said, "Salute to two old men." No, he said, "My bad, 3 old men." Shout out to Evelyn Perez is also in the building. He said, but they know what's going. They know what they're doing, because AI is getting so big that later on people won't have to work. So anything is in a cycle in life. So they're doing that for a reason. I agree too. I think AI is pretty much taking over these jobs. There's statistics right now. They say pretty soon American people will be the modern day slave to the robot because of how technology is going right now. Outdoors man 2014 said, "Oh yeah, Eric, I ain't gonna lie, Eric comment. We're gonna talk about that later, because he always actually deal with the topic today when he talking about I agree that the person who shot Charlie Kirk was either gay, trans, or somebody that identified as a cat." Shout out to Cheese Cameras is also in the building, and shout out to Alma is also in the building too as well, and Tesla is also in the building. They say this is a race war is coming. Boy, they've been speaking about that for years. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to my sister right now watching us on Instagram. Sandra's in the building. Shout out to Patrick, who also in the building. And shout out to Star Money, also in the building right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to 70 viewers right now watching us on Bingo Live. Shout out to those right now watching on TikTok, Rumble, X, Twitter, you name it. X and Twitter are the same. You already know. Kick, Twitch. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Moving on to hip hop. Jordan, what's going on with the hip hop news, big dog?
All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about why rapper YNW Bolin, who was charged for murder, and he is now taking he was gonna if he was to not take the deal and fight his case, he was going to serve multiple life sentences. But now he is took a plea deal, and he will serve up to 10 years. And also, he will after the 10 years, he'll be in I believe he will be in probation for 6 years. So we do have a source who's been looking up to this, has been looking at this case. So go ahead, can you play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Let's get to it. Let's talk YNW Portland and YNW Melly. The information is coming in fast and furious to my office. People are calling me left and right. They saw the post. You know what time it is. And they are telling me that YNW Portland is not going to be a flipper, and he is not going to be the cheese eater I previously said that he could become. And he is going to give a statement. I don't know what that statement's going to be, but his attorney is an excellent attorney. He's one of my good friends and really helped me out as a young attorney. Fred Haddad, a great guy. And he represented very, very few, if any, flippers in the past. That's why I was kind of surprised at first. But it turns out, the rumor on the street, YNW Portland is not going to be a flipper. but he will give a proffer. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk.
So yeah, this is also part of the Wyatt Melly case as well. And Bolton, he's with the plea deal he has, he's getting out, kind of solid with a plea deal of get a 10-year sentencing. So other than that, go ahead, Ronnie man. What's your take on this?
Nah, but shout out to White House also in the building. Shout out to Mavericks also in the building as well. And we think he's not gonna be a flipper. He's sadly mistaken. Like I keep telling people that end up taking these plea deals, they are talking behind the scenes. It's just we won't know about it until later on after he gets out that he was singing like a bird, like majority of those guys do. Remember, the rap culture is no longer the rap culture that we grew up to believe in. It's a culture now that people are singing. They're not going to jail for like 40 and 50 years. Unfortunately, what Tory Lanez's situation is, he didn't sing. He didn't want to tell people exactly what's going on. To me, if we would have told people exactly what was going on, Tory Lanez won't be in jail to this day. He would have pretty much been out. But he don't want to go down as a snitch. Some people still hold strong as that. But these young guys, Jordan and Hakeem, in this generation, they're singing. They're singing. Tekashi 6ix9ine was the first. And trust me, he won't be the last. And now you can see that even they say Young Thug was singing. So go ahead, Akeem, your thoughts.
So I'm gonna come at this from a different perspective, so a lot of people can look at this. When you're on a case with somebody, so they both got a case. The fact that he pleaded guilty makes his case look kind of like effed up because that was his cold D. So him not pleading to it made it look better, like, okay, we're innocent, but since he pleaded guilty, did this. And let me tell you something. The deal he got is unheard of in the state of Florida. Unheard of. I don't know how they got that deal. He's supposed to at least serve 2 life sentences automatically for an accessory. But they brokered a deal. But now, just don't get it twisted. He's going to give a proffer statement. Regardless how this is going to go down. YNW Melly is going to get the chair. Trust me on that.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I'm like, of him getting the 10 years and instead of getting 2 life sentences, something definitely had to went down. You talking 2 life sentences to 10 years and then probation? I'm like, yeah, something's gonna go down. And they be talking, and then with this case, this is going on what, 2 or 3 years now?
Man, like 4 years.
Yeah,
4?
it's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while.
I actually forgot about this case.
Yeah, I mean, because it's been so quiet and they keep passing on and everything. I don't know when this trial going in, but yeah, for him to get out, kind of good, that's crazy. And hopefully, when it comes to the Melly case, we'll get closer to see, if he's gonna get life, or is he, like Hakeem say, he's gonna get the chair or something like that. Because I'm ready to see what he's gonna get, because this case is going on for too long. And so Bolton, he's basically he got away scotch free with the 10 years. And then if he could do good behavior, he might get out 5 or 6 years or something like that.
Correct.
So that can happen. So yeah, but this, he got out scotch free, and hopefully we'll know more information when it comes to the Melly, and we'll see, if he gets a life sentence or he gets the chair.
And he's like what, like 24, 25, so he'll be out when he's like 30. Like what, like
yeah, he's 26.
Like yeah, like I would say by 20, by what, like 31, 30.
But 31,
like
he's already served 4 years.
Yeah, and they already put that in part of his case that he already did time served. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's gonna get, bro, that dude was singing, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna come out that he was singing. But it is what it is. This is a whole different generation. Shout out to Bobby Brown, who's also in the building. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Thank you guys so much for coming over here and commenting, engaging in the conversation. We really do greatly appreciate it. And we got a lot of things to talk about, especially when it comes to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. But moving along, before we do that, Jordan, what's going on with President Trump at a dinner event?
So Trump, when it comes, Trump got heckled, and Trump has been heckled when he was president and before he was president. But Trump has got a major heckle at a DC restaurant. Protesters walked into the restaurant, saw Donald Trump saying, "Free DC, free Palestine," and naming him Hitler of our time. So other than that, Hakeem, play the clip and see what they're talking about, and after that, we will chop it up.
Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be? Time to go. Free Palestine!
Yeah, so when it comes to heckler, Donald Trump did that neck nod. I mean, it is what it is. He's used to it. But when it comes to DC, some people don't like that. He has the National Guards there. Situation with the Palestine, and people still be hating on Trump. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
I ain't gonna lie, I like the chant. When I saw the thing, I was actually chanting with them. It's a good chant, though. You can't get mad. It's a good chant. That way, y'all gotta understand something about Trump. Trump loves it. He loves any form of attention. He loves good press, bad press, you name it. Anything that keep him going in the algorithm. Trump is the man for that. This man don't give two damn about what people think about him. I'm just being honest. Trump really don't care. But the more people talk about him, the more that his name gonna continue to run forever. But Trump, if people think Trump is the modern day Hitler of this time, no. Me and my brother was having a conversation about this earlier too. I was asking him a question about that. He's not the modern day Hitler of this time, no. Hitler, if you do research about Hitler's mind was totally, totally different. And the way he controlled the media, I mean, Hitler at that time was very remarkable. Not a lot of people can be able to do that, especially at that time. So Trump is way far from being a Hitler at that time, because Trump still had somewhat of a little heart towards certain things. Go ahead, Hakeem, with your beloved Trump.
He's the most hated, so he's gonna get some criticism and ridicule. But he's the president of the United States, and he's going to go down as one of the most hated. 45 and 46.
Not that, but how the people was able to get that close to him? That's my thing. With the Secret Service and the troop there, that was pretty crazy. Impressive. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead,
I agree with that. There must have been some type of disguise of walking think they cool, and then they popped out say something. But yeah, Hakeem, I agree with you. I think Donald Trump, he was probably, when it comes to history, he's definitely probably one of the most hated president in history. Of all the presidents that we had, and yeah, he, like I said, I'm surprised Donald Trump wasn't dancing when they were saying that, because it was catchy. I ain't gonna lie, it was catchy.
He did. That was it. No, he was. He was moving his head. He was moving his head with it. Yeah.
I want him to dance a little bit more to announce it. Hey, I enjoy this. This don't do nothing to me. He's so used to it and everything. So, the chant was very, very catchy and everything. But Trump, like I said, Trump's gonna do what he want to do. The people that they don't like what he does when it comes to with the bringing the military into the DC, and also maybe pushing it to Chicago and everything. For me, just wait till he leaves. We got 1 year down, you got 3 more years left, and after that, he's done. So me, I think people should think about that. But people going every time Trump say something, signs an executive order or something, or tweet something, they always gonna be mad. If you just let this man do what he do and stop thinking about it and worry about your own lives and do what you need to do in your own city and vote for other people, or worry about your mayors and your governors in your own state, your own city, this won't be happening and everything. But when it comes to this, people gotta say their mind about Trump, and to me, that it just stresses you out more and it kind of kills your spirit. So, hey, do what you do, people. But there's other things you got to worry about.
Now that shout out to Xavier that's also in the building. 2 a.m.'s also in the building. Y High is in the building too. Y High said this is a part of the Democratic strategy. 2 a.m. said, yo, Xavier say, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, legend taken away too soon. He said, I can still say rest in peace no matter what you support. At the end of the day, he was human. He was human. You are clearly correct. We're going to talk about that very, very shortly. But before we talk about what happened with Charlie, let's go ahead. Jordan, what's going on with Kodak Black before we head on to Charlie? What's happening with Kodak Black over here?
Yeah, so Club Back is in this car, went viral, and it looks like he is allegedly drinking cough syrup, and his attorney had to speak out, say it was juice in there. So what y'all think? Look at the video. Go ahead, can you play it and see what y'all think, and after that we'll chop it up.
Down on the briefcase, that was a snap on a Kirk briefcase. Go to sleep. I said, man, that joint raw. I said, man, that joint raw. How many that man raw? I said, man, that man raw. I fucking that man raw. I fucking that raw. I fucking that raw. I said, man, that joint raw.
Shout out to Low. He said drug addict. But so who do you believe, Ronnie? Do you believe his lawyer, or do you perceive with your own two eyes that he's drinking cough syrup?
I ain't gonna lie, but Kodak Black do be trolling a lot though. That's the thing, he do be trolling a lot. So I think it's a part of it. It do look like cough syrup in the bottle, and it look like it's prescribed. So to me, if you ask me, I think he's trolling. I think it's probably juice in there. He do anything to go because he know he can't be doing that, especially he driving a car too. So he know he can't be doing that and driving a car at the same time. So I think he's just trolling everybody online. Because Kodak Black lately been very quiet. So you got to keep him. You got to call him back trying to keep himself relevant. I think he just messed with. He's just teasing us. Go ahead, I can't.
So hear me out. What grown ass man would be drinking juice out of a cough syrup bottle?
It's Kodak. You know you be doing crazy stuff like that. It's Kodak.
You know what I mean? Like tell me, like, I got a bottle right here.
Yeah. And you could put liquor in there. Nobody would know, right?
Nobody would know. You won't know if it's cough syrup. You won't know if it's Babaku
Exactly.
or Puerto Rican rum. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I like me some Puerto Rican rum, but I'm just saying. So it's like, but to be grown with money and still act like a goddamn village idiot, I don't know what to say.
It's the internet.
Yo,
remember that video we thought Quarterback was losing his mind? He was doing the skit for the food. That was what I tell you. Like, it was the internet can portray anything. That's why he's doing what he's doing. It's Kodak.
Yeah. Let's see.
Even Gore said it. Shout out to Gore. Gore said, I swear Kodak be trolling sometimes. Evelyn Perez even say he act crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing with Kodak. The thing is, it's like a lot of people, like I said, how Kodak talks and everything, a lot of people, he's a drug addict and everything. So could he be trying to say, hey, since people think I'm a drug addict, I'm gonna get an empty cough syrup bottle and put some juice or water in. I'm gonna drink it from it. So let everybody know I am an addict and everything. And so and that's what the lawyer said. Say he's just juice in there and everything, because the lawyer came up real quick and everything. So I'm gonna believe a mindset of Kodak Black that he will be doing some trolling stuff because people believe he does cough syrup. So he gonna actually put some water or some juice in the car, so make people think I am a drug addict and everything. But like I said, I can't be wrong. It could be, but I'm gonna say Kodak, you trolling. I don't know why he would troll like that, other than going viral. Like we talk about it right now. and that's probably what happened. But I don't see. I'm with you, I don't see no other average people just get some cough syrup and put some juice or something in there and just drinking like that. But only for Kodak Black, he'll do something like that.
And not that, he's not even swerving. That's another thing too, because cough syrup at a certain time, your body starts acting a certain way, you start swerving. You know, we all took cough syrup before, so we know like the effect cough syrup had. And remember, he's driving the Bentley, so I think he's like, I'm with Jordan. I second that. I think he's just trolling. Now that, boy, I don't know if you guys want to answer the question. This coming from USA. He say, will you feel safer going to a bank in the hood or a bank in the white community? That's a question he asked. USA.
Who asked that?
USA. He's right there. He just asked the question. He said, will you feel safer going to a bank in the hood or a bank in the white community?
USA, you already know the answer. In the white community. I'm a ghetto baby, and I won't go get pull no money out at no corner store, at no local bank, at nothing. I don't care if it's 9 a.m. You still like it's just not. Come on, like.
Now I'm saying everybody will probably agree with like being in the white community. That's why I want to go in the bank in the hood.
Yeah, I'm definitely a white community. White community it is. They'll have the most money, and my money will be safe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's nothing to think that if you just know, you know. Now that's something that I would do in the white community. In the ghetto community, I'll go get one of them subs at the corner store. I'll take a bullet for that one. You know what I mean? I'll go down to the Poking Beans just to go get one of them subs.
Yeah, I'll go to the hood, give me some barbecue. Some they got some good LA barbecue in the South.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's some places I'll go. I'll hit up and everything, but certain areas I'm like, I might go another area to do it.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to my nephew who's watching us in the building. It's Timothy who's in the building. Also, Dark Lake was also in the building as well. Moving on to the main topic of today's show. Charlie Kirk shot and gone. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, man. News heard around America, man. Very, very sad news. So, it happened in Utah, in a university in Utah, when he was Charlie Kirk. You know, he was doing like some type of rally and a presentation at the university, and unknowingly a sniper shot him in the neck. They took him to the hospital, and he was pronounced deceased at the hospital. Very young. He was young. He was born in 93. He's 3 years older, so he's 31 years old. You know, have wife and kids, and it just hurts because, you know, when it comes to somebody in the political world being shot, you know, it affects a lot. It not just affects, you know, average people. It affects, you know, the whole political world when it comes to the U.S. government, when it comes to the state, and also in the city. When they see stuff like this, every politician in America is affected by this. So go ahead, Hakeem. We have a couple clips to play, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Oh my God! Go, run! Whoa!
Counting or
And
not
folks, he did get shot in the neck. Alleged suspect, that white man on the floor, alleged suspect. But people are speculating it might not be him. We'll go ahead.
From an eyewitness who recalls what the alleged shooter actually said. Let's listen.
Yeah, the man who, after they took him down, he yelled, "I'd do it again."
Wow.
Okay, that's what a witness said, that the one shooter who is in custody, we are told, the person said, "I would do it again." From an eyewitness who recalls what the alleged shooter actually said. Let's listen.
Speaking live right now, let's watch.
It's going to impact, I think, on a broader scale. Do you think it's going to kind of cause an uproar or anything?
Well, from what I'm hearing, if it's true, the guy who got shot, he was a pretty big influence in whatever was going, like their agenda, right? So I don't know. I hope it all like gets figured out, and I really don't want this to happen again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. From what I heard, it was a sniper from a long ways away. So I don't know. I think the focus of this should probably be on probably some sort of gun control or something like that, so that things like this can't happen again.
Speaking live right now. Let's go to this witness on the scene.
A little bit backstage, and I turn and look, and they were arresting a guy by the name of George Zim. Yeah, I know the guy. I don't think he did it. I think they arrested the wrong guy. I think whoever did it was a good shooter, a sharp shooter. It was one shot right directly to the heart, and we need to find out who did this. I think there should be a research completely done that took place hours, maybe a day before anything went on. Who could be there and pull that trigger and do it? And I don't think it was George Zim. He was poor, broke. He maybe was on medication, a little bit loony boon, maybe a perfect person to pick and say that did it, but I don't think he did it at all.
So at this point, but did you see him taken into custody? Did you see him with any kind of thing in his hand, any device in his hand or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw when they actually put the handcuffs behind his back.
Okay.
I followed them.
All right,
when
we're
they
going to go
took
to
him
Jason
the trooper
Chaffetz.
car.
He was actually
Yeah,
funny.
so according to the FBI, they do have somebody in custody. They said it's not the person that was on the picture, the old man that was on the floor. So according to FBI, they say they have somebody in custody. I do want to read the tweet from Donald Trump. He said, "In honor of Charlie Kirk, a true great American patriot, I am ordering all American flags throughout the United States, Lord, to have mass until Sunday evening at 6 p.m." Also, other politicians spoke. When it comes, other politicians spoke, as in Barack Obama, Jasmine Crockett, who else? Jasmine Crockett, Kamala Harris, Bernard Sanders, and many other politicians put their tweets out to see the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk. So very, very sad news we see what happened in America. So other than that, man, go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your thoughts on this senseless assassination that happened to Charlie Kirk?
Now, when this report came out that Charlie Kirk got shot, unfortunately, I was taking my nap and I woke up and I saw this was breaking news. People gotta understand who Charlie Kirk is. Charlie Kirk is a conservative, a white man who is about traditional value, who is about pretty much anything that with family, anything that's conservative. The old conservative way. So that's pretty much how he ran his campaign, how he ran everything that came to the aspect of family. Not only that, the rally that he was pretty much was taking place over there in Utah University, he was talking about gun violence, and that's the same thing that took him down. Gun violence. President Trump and all the other people, all the congressmen, congresswomen, and all the other politicians are upset about the whole situation because we live in a day and age. Even former President Barack Obama is very devastated what's happening because we live in a day and age that you can't even speak your mind, even when it comes to the aspect of trying to stop gun violence and being taken down by a gun. Now, the way the shooter shot Charlie, to me, was very skilled. I don't think it was done by a normal person, and I mean that people may not like it because I was reading some of the stuff in the comments. People are saying that they're probably using this as a way of distraction because during that time while he was doing his rally, Hakeem and Jordan, there was a school shooting going on over there in Colorado. Is it a coincidence? Maybe, but at the same time, someone at the end end up losing their lives. School shootings continue to happen. Gun violence continue to be a ongoing issue within the United States. And like Evelyn said in the comment, it's sad that you can't even go to rally and you feel unsafe. You can't even go and support somebody you actually like to go ahead and support because now you are scared that you might not able to come home. Hakeem, what's your thoughts on this one, man?
I don't think anybody shout outs to the Shibi Army, Brett. I don't think anybody should get unalive for their opinion. This does feel like this was a military expert. I think we do live in a country where views can clash and people take matters into their own hand. He was a conservative. He had very strong conservative views. And, he went viral for things like this. But to see him gone does just really let me know we're living in a different time. And the same thing he was doing from the jump, how he started his political conservative career, debating on campuses.
And now this is my question: why didn't he have security? He should have known to have security.
Security was there, but it was like it was kind of it was like what you call it, like Secret Services security.
Mm-hmm.
So it was security, but it was like heavy security here. That's the thing.
Interesting. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, so my thing is like go by what you just said, running with security, especially being a university, and especially him being so controversial. They should have extra security there to witness that, because since it was a sharpshooter who shot them down, because he shot him right into the neck, and after that he was gone after that. So but like I said, this right here is definitely gonna change everything when it comes to people that's controversial. When it comes to if you're in the liberal or conservative or whatever, rules is ever gonna be changed. I know Donald Trump, he's definitely furious about this, and in a matter of hours, days, and weeks, you definitely gonna see something changing in America when it comes to Donald Trump and everything. And but yeah, man, just to see stuff like this happening at the university, at a school, like this to me, this is happening in school grounds. I don't care if it's a high school, college. This happens in school grounds. And the more we see stuff like this, and also the next time we're gonna talk about the different shooting and everything, it just, like I said, when it comes to our kids, I think it's all the way from elementary, middle school, high school, and then go to college and everything. How we gonna keep our kids safe and we keep seeing stuff like this, especially happening to Charlie Kirk and everything. But yeah, man, this is devastating news. Of a young man who just got in his 30s. He might be conversational. A lot of people might disagree, but trying to take somebody's life just for something he said and everything, and it boils your skin, and it gets you to that emotion that you got to take somebody out. That's just crazy and insane. And as Americans, we're not. It's like we turn to the time of, we get so emotional that we gotta take a life out because we disagree on somebody's views like that. And to me, as Americans, we need to be stronger than that. We might disagree on somebody else's views, but it should not go to be elevated of that we gotta take somebody out because we disagree so much. And it shows that a lot of people that disagree with Donald Trump and everything, they hate him so much, they want to see him, deceased and all that type of things and everything. It shouldn't go to that extreme that, if you disagree from a president or somebody else, that we got to take somebody's life out. As Americans, we're stronger than that. We're better than that. We definitely got to change that. And, and I'm just sad for our country that that when it comes to we disagree with something, we got to take a life out. And that's just very, very sad here in the United States of America.
Now that what Chief said, FBI stated that they caught the person 30 minutes ago. Thank God. Why I say in large gathering, no more outdoor campaign. I do agree upon that until they figure out when it comes to aspect of these large gatherings. They need more. They need more Secret Service, more FBI unit, whatever the case may be, because this is starting to become an ongoing issue. Evelyn also said they say this happened to Donald Trump. Wasn't it last year or 2 years ago or whatever year was it? So it was always a big constant thing. I totally agree upon that. It did happen when Donald Trump was running his campaign. Remember, they were trying to assassinate him. But people also say that was also an inside job. So we don't know. We live in a dangerous time, folks. Dangerous time. And I always tell people, check up on your loved ones, pray for your loved ones, because you never know. It might be their last day on earth. He was only 31 years old, like Jordan stated, and he was a family man, and he had 2 kids. So he didn't. His life was just getting started, because they say the age of 30 when your life is just pretty much getting started. And unfortunately to him, his life has ended. Prayers, condolences go out to his family and his loved ones and anybody who was affected by this tragedy, and also the University of Utah students, because this might be shocking for them because they got to go to school tomorrow, knowing that this happened on their campus. And like I stated, there was another school shooting. Go ahead, Jordan. What's happening in Denver? School shooting. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this happened almost the exact same time as the Charlie Kirk. So when it comes to in Colorado, there's been at least three students. Three students has been shot in critical condition. Critical condition, also including the suspect. And it's they're in the hospital trying to in like saying critical condition. And this happened around 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time in Colorado, which is about the same time with the Charlie Kirk. So go ahead, I can't play the clip. After that, we'll chop it up.
Let's listen in now. This is Jackie Kelly from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office.
Shooting at Evergreen High School. The call came in at 12:24 today that we had an active shooter at the school. There are so many jurisdictions up here, I can't name them, but it's like the metro area just responded. We have 3 people who have been transported to the hospital. Don't know conditions on any of them yet. Hopefully we'll have that for you shortly. What's really important for us to get out is reunification with parents and students. That's happening at Bergen Meadow Elementary. That's at 1928 South Highwan Drive. I don't have a lot more. Please ask questions if you have them.
Can you give me your name and title?
Yes, Jackie Kelly, Jacki. Kelly's Keley, PIO for the Jeffco Sheriff's Office. People that are injured are students. Yes.
There's a huge emergency response I noticed coming into town. What are you telling people who are seeing that worried right now?
I understand the worry and the concern. Like I said, the entire metro area came up here to help. A lot of them self-deployed, and we sure appreciate it because you don't know what you have until you get here. But there's got to be over 100, for sure, over 100, maybe a couple hundred cops here right now. We're still in the process of clearing the school, and we're doing that with multiple teams inside, room by room, and that just takes time.
I know this isn't ongoing, but the shooting happened inside of the...
We believe it happened inside the school. It definitely happened on school grounds, but I don't have clarification inside or out.
One person is the shooter?
We're not clear on that. We're not certain how many shooters we have or where that shooter might be. I'm hoping to get more information to you quickly, but we can't air that yet.
Any shelter in place for the community?
Is there a shelter in place for the community? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't have any information on a caliber of a weapon at all. Don't know that. We don't know who the shooter is. Hopefully the next time we meet, shortly from now, we'll have more of those answers. But that's okay. We have 3 people who have been transported to the hospital. We think they're all students. Don't know what their injuries are. Is everybody good for now? Yeah. All right.
Was it a student that made the call?
Great question. I don't know who made that first call, but I can tell you we received a lot of calls very quickly coming from the school, and obviously that pretty quickly helps confirm that what one person is reporting, multiple people started reporting, and it just kind of amped up the seriousness of this right away. Okay, thank you very much.
That was the update from Jefferson.
Yeah, so stories are still developing right now when it comes to who's the shooters and everything. So we just confirmed that, the 3 kids are still in critical condition. So more shooting, man, more shooting. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
But shout out to White House for correcting me. Charlie Kirk was at Utah Valley University, not University of Utah. So thank you for correcting me on that. Shout out to Mean Street that's also in the building. It said Charlie Kirk. It would work to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun death every single year so that we can have a Second Amendment. Jersey Mike is also in the building, new subscriber. He said, how does Charlie feels about guns now? Well, he's no longer here, so...
oh, wow.
A lot of people didn't like him, my king. Like you said, he was very hated. He was very hated. So a lot of people don't like him. Why I said saying the National Guard should be at the school. Remember, I think I mentioned that. I was saying National Guard should be at the school because I did mention that. But however, when it comes to actual school shooting, we talk about this a lot over here, especially on KL Culture Radio. you gotta pray over your kids, folks. You gotta pray over your kids. I think what happened with school now, it took prayer out of the classroom. At one point, remember we used to go to school, they used to allow prayer into the classroom. You never hear this type of violence going on. Don't get me wrong. There was violence when it comes to aspect of bullying, fighting, but never like gun and this magnitude and this type of level. Even in the tough school, you never heard like gun violence every other. It's crazy what's going on. So we're dealing with dark times, folks. And like I always tell people, love your kids, hold them tight, pray over them, talk to them, let them know what to do when a situation like this transpire, and keep. And I know some schools not allowing kids to have phones. I think they should change that a little bit. Due to the fact is because now parents are starting to panic because they don't know what's happening when it's coming to aspect of these schools because now kids are coming to school with guns. Go ahead, Akeem.
We know the cause of the problem. We can solve this very, very simply. But we won't do it due to laws and ideologies. Sometimes just being able to have access is more enough reason for us to buckle down to it. People get unalive because of access to weapons. That's it. If we restrict the access, less people will be able to die. And that's what it is. Where are these kids getting the guns? How they're getting the guns? Who's buying the guns and who house they're living in? We need to start doing checks on it. Some people shouldn't have 60 AR-15s in their house, or 5 MAC-10s, or you know what I mean. So let's be serious.
Facts.
Absolutely, Hakeem. I feel like, I talked about before on our last topic, the concept, people are getting so emotional of trying to take somebody out. And now it comes with the kids and everything, and, and get the access to a gun and how you can access a gun, what Hakeem was talking about. It looks like, it looks like these kids are, it's very simple. Like, they can, if it's somewhere in the house, it's easier to access, load it up, and take it to school and do what they're gonna do with it and everything. So, yeah, man, it's just we're in a generation that when it comes to you take somebody off, they think about taking you out, and we definitely need to change that. And especially in our schools, because we have kids going through our school. They should be safe and everything. We should not, we at the time that, almost in every schools in America, they got to do a shooting drill. Back when we went to schools, we didn't have to do that. We had fire drills and that's it. Now we in a time when all schools got to do shooting drills of, learn how to lock the, when there's a shooter going around, lock the doors, hide, hide, go under your desk and everything. And it just shows you how, the generation has changed from where I was until now and everything. So, like I said, there is the solution to change this. You just got to work together in America to fix this problem.
Let me read some of the comments. Alan said that he said Alice Bellis said that Kirk said that empathy is a disease when kids were killed. Why I say 18-year-old can purchase a gun law has changed. I didn't know that 18-year-old gun laws have changed, but then it depends on the state, right? Why I don't think it's for every state.
Yeah.
And I think Florida, I think you still 20. You have to be 21, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I can't. We'll check that. But if the gun law change, go ahead. I can.
I know in the state of Florida, if you're 18, you can buy a rifle.
So you can buy a rifle.
You can buy a
but
rifle,
not like a semi, not a semi.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so I think
not a
like
semi
high
handgun.
power weapon you can't purchase. Shout out to Jose, that also a new subscriber. He said Charlie believed that protecting the Second Amendment justified gun violence. A tragic belief that his wife and young children now must bear. Exactly.
You right, Mr. Topaz. You right.
He is
spot
right.
on.
He's right. He's right. 18 for rifles. So you're right, Hakeem. 18 for rifles. 18 for rifles.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you
Right,
okay? Yeah.
So yeah. So why I think they need to change the gun laws then, I think they need to probably be like 21 and up. Same thing what he did with the pack of cigarettes. I think pack of cigarettes now you gotta be 21 and up. I don't think you could be 18 to purchase cigarettes. Last time on today's show, Hakeem and Jordan, what's going on with a woman's body found in a Tesla?
Yeah, so this is in my neck of the woods in Los Angeles. So there was a woman, in a neighborhood where there was a foul smell. People were saying, and they found out it was coming inside of a Tesla car, the front hood of the Tesla car, and saying that the body has been there for like a week and a half. And the thing is about it, the Tesla car is owned by a TikTok singer, and there's still more investigation going with that. But yeah, man, this is it definitely hit viral. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
News details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, why is it not playing? Can you hear me?
The identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. This is video of David performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2023. The grim discovery was made after nearby residents complained about a foul odor. Police say the impounded car had been at that lot property on North Mansfield Avenue for a couple of days now. They say the body had been placed inside a bag. We've reached out to David's representatives and are still waiting for a response. We begin with that breaking news.
Yeah, man. So when I saw this locally and everything, when I saw this, I'm like, wow, this was like shocking because, because we don't know if the singer was involved or anything or not, but we don't know. But more information, investigation is still going on. But after hearing this, Ronnie, man, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I think this is very tragic. Hopefully, he had no form of involvement of the body being found in his Tesla car. But you never know. Like I said, we live in crazy times now. It's just crazy. People are doing bizarre things, unusual things that were never done before. I don't know if y'all remember a TV show called The Walking Dead. That's pretty much what's happening now. There's a lot of zombies out here. People are really losing it. People need to, like Hakeem always talk about here, people need to seek therapy. People need to seek help. If you're not in your right, because ever since the COVID situation, a lot of people have not been in their right mind. It's like it's been spiraling out of control over and over and over again. But it's a sad day, man. But unfortunately, I think his legal team are stating that he has no form of involvement with this. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Yeah, it's just weird to see something like this, but this is why you got to check on your peoples. Put trackers on your peoples, because this shit is, when I hear stuff like this, like I'll be wondering like how this shit even be happening. You know what I mean? Like how you get to a point where you start losing people. So I'm not playing with nobody. So y'all better be careful. Check on your peoples.
Absolutely, and it seems like whoever did this, that maybe I'm thinking maybe this guy may have some type of like a fold where he can unlock electric cars, and maybe he found a Tesla, put the body in there, and left and everything like that. 'Cause that's what I'm thinking that happened. But yeah, but I heard this was very very strange, and sad to hear about the lady that maybe she got, something happened and, they put her in her body got decomposed. And the thing for the family is, you can't have a proper funeral because immediately the body's so badly decomposed that you gotta cremate the body and everything. So yeah, it's very tragic to hear. And it just shows you like that, even though there's a lot of stuff that don't make it in national news in LA, there's a lot of stuff going on here in the city of LA. I just want to say that.
One last thing I wanted to say is this. This also tells you how women are targeted and they're the most vulnerable for attacks.
Yep, correct. That's why we talked about that on the last show, how it's very important for women to share their location. Share your location, share your location, share your location, because you never know the person you get in the car with might be a monster. And why I say they say Tesla cars have picture of who placed the body in the car, which is also fact because Tesla do have cameras everywhere surrounding that car. So trust me, they're gonna find out. They're gonna find out when they come to this. And on what Iman, what is Yuman? I think Yuhan something. He said I need to change. They need to change the gun. The gun pretty much the buying processes. The gun dealers should have access to criminal and mental health records.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. They should
Submit a
submit
form to
a
the
form to
government.
the
Yeah.
gov, and the gov should verify if they don't have a pass. I agree because some of these people do have records. And also, shout out to this subscriber right now watching us on Instagram. Clueless, sign out to you in the building. He said Kirk was a very polarized figure with hard opinion, but he don't deserve to get shot. This issue is extremely complicated because I agree with you as far as ease of access is concerned. I think they were talking about you, like when talking about the gun,
Yep.
gun access. But the other side of the coin is that a disarmed country cannot defend itself. And not that, but the bad guys was always going to have weapons.
Hey, we're not saying people are not supposed to bear arms. Yes, this amendment. Let's put it to the responsible individuals who are not going to do bad things with it. There's gun holders who have been busted. They just shoot them for fun. They never hurt nobody, regardless of what they might feel about people. It's the guys with mental health is the biggest issue. The guys with ideologies, the guys who are on these internet threads, these Reddit threads, these 4chans who come up with these weird ideologies and say, hey, we need to go. And some guys are going to do it to become famous. Let me catch a free body, and I'll be on TV.
Yeah, but shout out to you, Carlos, man. But also, Carlos, man, your Dolphins need to do better, man. They suffering right now. But it's true when it comes to the aspect of the gun laws and the gun violence. Even to get rid of the guns, Japan right now have one of the lowest crime rates in the world because they don't use guns. They only use knives and a finger. However, like I stated, the bad guys gonna always get them. That's the problem. A raw law is also in the building. DJ Charms in the building. He said they have a better laws than testing for guns. So people have mixed emotion about this, but hopefully the situation what happened with Charlie Kirk bring in more conversation when it comes to the aspect of gun laws and things that need to be changed. But once again, our condolences, our love and prayers go out to his family and anybody that was affected by what's transpired today in the United States. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to all the new subscribers, for being here, showing love, supporting, pretty much being in engagement with our conversation. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to Y High, who's in the building. Shout out to DJ Tron, who's in the building. Who you already know. We had Allen, who was also in the building. Carlos was in the building. Shout out to my sister Sandra, who was also in the building as well. My nephew was also in the building. DJ Magnificent Entertainment was also in the building. Patrick was also in the building. James was also in the building. James said Charlie was a dirty Jew lover.
Come on.
Yeah, well, I just say
Come on, guys.
What a shame. Shout out to Joe. You saw me. I had to change the name.
Yeah, come on. James, come on, brother.
Shout out to Jersey Mike that's also in the building. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to the lovely Evelyn Perez was also in the building. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here. Shout out to Sometime Me was also in the building.
Oh my God.
Shima Aubrey Brad was also in the building. We all have people in the building, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Shout out to Maverick was also in the building. 2 a.m. was also in the building. Kevin was also in the building. Shout out to Eric, who was also in the building as well. I say send that Joe Patterson said send the National Guards.
Yes.
Send
him. Hey, everybody deserves to live. Everybody has a right to speak. Listen, we need conservatives. We need liberals. We need conservatives. No matter how you look at it, we can't not balance the world without it. Conservatives is like yin and yang. Without them, we'll be running amok out here. Come on. Now,
And
don't
now
get
that,
me
but
wrong.
Carlos say this before we head up on out of here. Carlos say that he said those people that commit these acts don't buy weapons illegally, which is true. They always get it from a family member,
Yep.
steal it from somebody, or they created it themselves. Shout out
Yep.
to the lovely Bobby Brown that's also in the building as well. She said, love you all. So
Love you too, Bobby.
this white on white crime is getting ridiculous.
I hate it.
But remember, they say there is no white on white crime. Remember, everybody was saying there is no white on white crime. So now people are always trying to wake up to the fact.
Hey, listen, white people make up 80% of the population. So by numbers, they have more crimes against each other than any other thing. So this is why when people start to do, like if we do from a statistic point of view, like this, sometimes the media would inflate other races, but they only are like 10, 12% of the population, you know?
And now that, but why I say they join the Cowboys family. Never. Look, Jordan not even gonna comment on that one. DJ Triumph he said the campuses need more police. Yeah, they might need a national guard.
Why it's only game one? That's what I'm gonna say. It's only one game, 1 week.
Hey, I didn't even play that bad. See, I didn't play as bad as the Dolphin did. I think Dolphin is the one with the worst. Dolphin's the worst. DJ trying to say white and white crime is high against each other. It is. And like the guy stated, Joe said it's getting ridiculous. Make sure to go to KR Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find the KR Culture Radio store. And it's also pinned on the video. You'll see like a t-shirt or a coffee mug. Click on it and lead you guys right over to the KR Culture Radio store where you can go ahead and purchase the KR Culture Radio merch, the hat, the t-shirt, the coffee mug, you name it. Everything you need is in the KR Culture Radio store. So when we go live, you can participate with us wearing the gear. Now that, guys, also very important. Go to KR Culture Radio community post where we leave important information, cancel shows, any upcoming thing that's going on, especially when it comes to Ask Book of President King new book that's out now, Raising Kings, and also Black Love, and also his album is out now too as well. And he's working on a new album.
Yep, the new album's coming on the way. You know what I mean?
And I shout out to Sugar Bum that's also in the building. Been a while. She said, I've seen the video.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It is crazy.
How you been, Sugar Bum?
Joe Peterson, we're about to get ready to leave. What's crazy is he was talking about gun. We talked about that too.
Yeah.
And then he got shot.
That's the wild thing about that. He's done these things. He done the same similar type of setup for years, and he's never had a problem. So it's just like I don't know what changed differently. You know what I mean?
And Rosie said he was a good man with common sense. That was it's a mixed emotion. Some people love him, some people hate him. But to me, I think it's a bad thing when someone gets shot and you're making fun of it. That's bad. At least have some condolences for the family. At least.
Yeah.
One day, at least.
He was married. He had kids. You know what I mean? He was pro-American. Yeah. I didn't agree with his views, but no opinion said yes, Sugar Bum. Same here. Like, you know what I mean? Even you could talk, but for you to just like, and then it was instant.
They do the same thing with YouTubers. They say a YouTuber have a different form of opinion. Someone can find out where you stay and they shoot you. It's the same thing.
Whatchamacallit say he had a very racist undertone.
But to me, it still don't mean to go ahead and shoot somebody. Same thing with Martin Luther King. They didn't have to shoot Martin Luther King for his own opinion. Like, it's your opinion, Malcolm X. Your opinion.
Yeah, you know, opinions are opinions, brother. And sometimes we might not like it. The undertone, the sound. Or he says he like he was obsessed with black people. It effed up. He got shot though. Thank you, Joe Pearson. Even he understands that. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff we don't agree with a lot of people. Let's not forget Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro. These guys running the clique. The conservative pack is very, very serious. They all have the same ideologies and opinions. They have opinions about the black community. They have opinions about Hispanics. They have opinions about immigration. The conservative pact is the reason why we're going through this. So when this touchy issue with gun violence, it's just the irony of it that he's there talking about guns and he gets unalived.
Shot him right in the neck. I knew as soon as they shot him in the neck, everybody knew he was gone. But
it was over.
Sugar Bomb, they are laughing about it online. Like, if you go to the Shade Room, you go to X, they go in there because a lot of people didn't like his political views. They just didn't like him as a person. Big Dog always say some can't control things they say, but they were like, angry in a fit of rage.
I'm gonna land with this, and I want all who watching us to think about this. If we have a problem with what Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens says, then we need to remove the freedom of speech. If we remove the freedom of speech, that means that for y'all who have opinions, y'all can't say nothing. Y'all have a right to have an opinion about him too. He has a right to have an opinion about the society and the country he lives in. And this is why the freedom of speech is here, and this is why we need to protect the amendments and the Constitution that allows us these privileges for us to go out here and talk. You can't do that in China. Can't do that in Russia. Can't do that in North Korea. You'll disappear.
They say Charlie Kirk. They say Charlie Kirk is the new Martin Luther King.
Oh no!
And then one guy, Joe Peterson, he said, he was like, how does it affect the black community? Honest question. Before we head up on out of here, go ahead, Ken. You can answer that question, or Jordan.
How does it affect the black community? Here's the point: it affects America in a whole. He's an American. He has opinions. Let me tell you something. As a black person, and as a person who has family comes from another country, you would want to hear opinions from other people, because there's things I might not be able to see. We have opinions about his race, his company, and they would take lightly to understand where we're coming from. Understand this difference of opinions. We need them, because we could be so into what we're doing, we could just be running off a cliff because we think what we're doing is right. You feel what I'm trying to say? So if you don't think that the opinion, he said, stop the bullshit. Okay, New York City, listen, New York City, I'm just trying to be objective about these things. When I'm saying this, if we don't have an open dialogue with people who we live next door, down the street, across the city with, how are we going to move anywhere? You think we can just do everything by ourselves and let them live across the street? No, we can't do that.
Look, Kevin say sacrifice a pig. Now Trump could take your guns. Excellent trade. Now I'm saying all you guys are tied to your own opinion. You know, thank you guys so much for being here. Speaking the truth. Okay, he spoke for the Bible. His beliefs just like Michael X and Dr. Martin.
100%.
He was a strong conservative. Yeah, Sugar Boy was in Utah. Trying and sending on national troop to Utah. Well, we don't know yet. He still trying to send troop over there to Chicago. Go ahead, Jordan. You was going to say something. You want to say something, Jordan?
No, not at all.
He said freedom of speech is important.
Yeah, because they coming in fast.
That I have the right to say F. Look what Joe Pearson said. He said freedom of speech is right. Where I have the right to say F you in your opinion too. Yes, just like
that is correct.
Yes, and look,
yeah.
New York City raised me, called me an Uncle Ruckus. He has a right to say that. Should I be? I might not like it, you know what I mean? But he has a right to say it.
Yeah, you do. You have the right to your own opinion. But the world we're living in today, it seems like people are not tied to their own opinion. I was saying I got upset when Nick Fuentes and all these content creators got censored. I'm like, no. They should be entitled to their own opinion. That's how you think. That's how you think, and that's how you feel. Cool for you.
Listen, if Nick Fuentes and all these people are getting censored, they're going to start censoring black people. Black extremists, black nationalists, you name it. They'll come for your speeches. Yeah, they'll come for your solidarity talk and start clamping down on it. We're like, hey, we don't want to hear none of that. We don't want to hear none of that. You know what I mean?
And Sugar Boy said, I'm sure this is a white on wine crime. It is a white on wine crime.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not a black on black crime.
It's up now. They caught the suspect, and then the pictures are up now. He looks like an old white gentleman.
And of course, over here on KL Culture Radio, we don't censor nobody. You guys are entitled to your own opinion, only when they deal with family and kids. That's the only thing we fight back against. But there's people coming to comment, they be saying some crazy stuff. We don't really care. You guys are entitled to your own opinion, along with focus on the topic, and we doing what we're supposed to do. But like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. You guys can stay along in the chat, do your thing, but we over and out.